Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good.
Well, thank you for doing this.
Yes, yes, and thank you for connecting with us.
Sure. This is my first time looking at doing something like this, so I'm all ears.
Okay. So, just wanted to understand how did you get to know about us?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I just went to Google and I looked for car leasing negotiation companies
Okay.
in Phoenix.
In Phoenix, yes. So,
And go
yeah.
ahead.
No, no, please, after you.
In a nutshell, just kind of give you a little bit of a background. I currently own a Ford Fusion outright 2020. I
Mm-hmm.
am looking to lease. At least this is my thinking. I'll kind of just tell you right off the bat. I'm
Yeah.
looking to lease a Lexus 350H, for 2 to 3 years, um, for the least amount possible, and then buy it outright after the lease is done. And the reason I say it that way is I probably drive 15,000 miles a year, but I would rather
Okay.
get a lease for 10,000, fully well knowing in order to keep my costs down, full well knowing that I'm planning on either A, I'll get hit with additional mileage if I don't pay for it up front, or I'll just buy the car, which
Absolutely.
I just test drove one today, and it's a nice car, and my friends have one. They have a 450, but it's the same car except for the EV stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. That's how that's where I'm at.
Great, great. And I can see that you are also a realtor. So, you would be working on helping people buy and sell their homes as well.
Yeah, that's another reason for getting a nicer car is if I'm going to increase my price point, I probably should drive a little nicer car than a Ford Fusion.
Yeah. And the reason why I noticed that is it's very similar. So when people are looking to buy or sell their cars, they think of realtors, they think of title companies, they think of a lot of other associated ecosystem partners to help them out. Same thing is we are a car concierge service provider where you have to think about us when you're looking to buy, sell, or trade your vehicles. Because just like you have the expertise in the real estate market, we have been grateful that over the last 4 years, we have garnered the expertise of serving more than 1,000 plus clients and negotiating over $5.4 million in actual tangible savings.
Okay.
So, yeah, this actually comes out of my own personal problem. Nothing like this existed before. And I actually traveled to 10, 15, 20 plus dealerships when I was looking for my very first new car. Once I was graduating with my master's in biomedical from Arizona State. And then I realized that there is no one fixed price on the vehicle which you're looking for. It's not as simple as like just going to Walmart or Safeway or Trader Joe's and just checking out with the products what you want. And that led to the inception and the start of Car Concierge Pro. So
Okay.
exactly what you're looking for, helping you sell your current vehicle at the highest appraisal value. That means we'll be able to fetch the top price for that. And again, the reason why we are able to do it is because we are not affiliated with any dealership or any manufacturer whatsoever. So we are completely working just like how a lawyer would work for you. So we represent you. We don't represent anyone else. So we don't have any kickbacks, no margins, no referrals, no brokering kind of a situation here. And when you talked about the new car, what you're looking for to get it on the lease, we'll also ensure that your monthly lease price is the lowest on a monthly basis for 36 months or 39 months, what you're looking at. We also look at the money factor, that is at what interest rate you're borrowing the vehicle for in terms of your monthly interest. Plus, we look at cap cost reduction plus residual value. Residual value will be the value what you will have to pay in order to convert, which we call lease to buy. So the one, let's say you went beyond 10,000 miles a year, right? You are thinking that you will drive about 15,000 miles, given your profession. Of course, you'll be traveling across the valley, right? All the way from, I would say, uh, Paradise Lake, all the way to maybe Santan Valley and beyond,
Right.
right? So yeah, we never know where you will have your buyers and sellers from. So that being said, we are able to exactly facilitate what you're looking for. Again, with respect to the timeline, what you are seeking at, and ensure that you get the right car at the right price and buying it at the lowest monthly price, selling at the highest appraisal value so that the difference is the minimum.
Gotcha. How do
Yep.
you, regarding the, and I'm totally down with, getting your help leasing the car. I mean, at
Mm.
the end of the day, um, unless you're the fee you charge, because I imagine you don't do this for free, is not
Yes,
some huge
we do have a
exorbitant
fee.
amount of money. But as far as selling a car, I've sold, this is years ago when I was a kid. I mean, I
Mm,
had, a car or two that I just sold to a private party for cash years ago.
mm.
Um, Seeing as how I own my Ford Fusion outright, how what is the difference between me selling it and just putting it on, I don't know, KBB or whatever, cars.com and selling it to a private party, having them sign the title and for cash, as opposed to you guys doing that? I mean, and then what does it cost to help me do that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. So, you can go ahead and sell your car directly to a private party, because usually in private party you can collect it in cash, and they just come home, they take it for a spin. If they like it, you negotiate a little bit here and there, and off you go, right? You hand over the pink slip, they hand over you the cash, the transaction is complete.
Yep.
However, uh, as we are looking to buy a new car at the same time, it is important for us to factor in the trade-in aspect. The reason why we should do that is because we can save on taxes. So now, let's say if the have you appraised your current car at what price point you can you are able to sell in the market, give or take?
I I just put into Kelly Blue Book and described it with the mileage and VIN, and there's a little ding on one of the doors and some minor scratches, and I'm probably gonna replace the little armrest just because
Yep,
I'm a
yep,
guy who, if something looks good and it's clean and it looks like nobody's ever driven in it, they're gonna pay a little bit more. That's the way I think. That's how
100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
100%.
That,
So
yeah.
probably around 5 grand. Private
Okay.
party. Private
Third
party.
party is 5 grand. Okay. And you also mentioned that you also did the test drive of the car which you are looking to purchase, correct? So have
Yeah.
you seen the sticker price? What is the dealership quoting you at the moment?
Yeah, I was there for like I just wanted to drive the car.
Okay.
That's all I did. It was probably about 20 minutes. I didn't really talk with the sales guy that much because I told him I was just test driving and he didn't want to spend a lot of time with me, which I totally get.
Yeah, of course.
The
But
sticker
what is
sticker
the
price
sticker
on the
price?
car was like 60 grand.
60 grand, right? So here is something what we'll evaluate. And I'm always open to doing the transition where you as a client is going to get the maximum value in terms of the financial value, correct? Because we want to maximize the gain and minimize the additional expense which there can be of. So now you are buying a car at $60,000 and you have a car where you can sell it at around 4.5 to $5,000. So if you sell it independently, the new car what you're going to get, you're going to pay close to 8 to 9% of taxes on 60 grand, which is close to 5,000, right? 8 times 6 is $4,800. 8.3, 8.4% is the taxes in Arizona, right? So that is the amount of tax which you are going to pay on this car. Now, what happens is if you do the trade, so instead of 60,000 paying taxes on 60 grand, now we are paying the tax on 55 grand
Oh,
because, yeah. So this is one thing which not many people are aware of. So that is where we can get the value arbitrage, what we call. But here is the thing, we calculate what is the total taxes we are saving when we do the trade. And what is the total amount we are getting if we do an independent cash transaction? Wherever we are getting the higher value, we take that step.
gotcha.
Correct.
Makes sense.
So, yeah. So, our team will calculate everything. And in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I can also share some of the documents in terms of each and every different client, what we work with. Some of them have direct buy, some are doing the lease, some are doing the financing, some are doing the trading. And for every single client of ours, we create a Google document where we list down all different inventory options. We list down what is the initial price we have got, what is the level one negotiation price we are getting, what is the monthly lease price we are getting, what is the residual value look like, what is the money factors looking like. So we document each and everything. The way we operate is completely focused on numbers because we are not emotionally attached to the vehicle what you are looking to buy. Correct?
Sure.
Being a chief negotiator over the last 4 years, last year when I wanted to buy my own car, I asked my team to do it. The reason being is humans are emotional, right? And if I am craving for a car, and even if I know that the dealership is going to charge me like $3,000 more, I'll go and say yes. And I don't want that to have happened.
Right.
So you get a complete dashboard of each and every price. What is the sticker price? What is the savings on the sticker price? How we are getting rid of all the dealership shenanigans in terms of the window tint fee, ETCH fee,
Right.
security fee, convenience fee. This is all, pardon my language, but garbage. So we never let any of our clients pay for those kind of miscellaneous fees, right? So we get
Right.
rid of that. Then we work on the sticker price. Then we work on the factory discounts. Then we work on the invoice price. Then we look at the dealer cost. So all of that is getting into the play. Then we look at what is the strength that they have on the leasing. So if any manufacturer incentive or leasing offers are there, are they honoring that lease to us as an individual customer today? Okay, at what rate they are giving us the lease? Then we compare that entire framework and the entire numbers with another dealership who has the same exact make, model, trim, color, etc. So the detail of research what we do is not just at one dealership or at one location. So we look at 50 miles, then we look at 100 miles. We look at all the dealerships in the Phoenix Valley, right? All the way from Glendale, Peoria, Mesa, Tempe, Gilbert, Chandler, etc. If required, we'll also look at Flagstaff, uh, Tucson also. Sometimes there are better deals over there because they're a little bit outside the city, and dealerships are always looking to get a new customer. So we are always evaluating all this kind of things, and we only do it if there is a sizable savings, right? We'll not request you to go all the way to Flexstaff just to save $200 because we'll burn that in just gas alone, right? So we do
Right.
that kind of rational thinking also. So all of that nuances will come. We do a detailed communication over email. Periodic communication is done by our team. We are working from Monday through Saturday, 6 days a week from 9 a.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern, along with Mountain and Pacific times are also being catered and managed by our team. And that being said, we are always available. Now you have my dedicated number through which we had a brief communication. We'll also welcome you with a client handbook where you have the point of contact concierge associate he or she will be coordinating and facilitating, understanding your requirements. Then we have a client manager. And then at level three, I am the one who is the co-founder and chief negotiator of the business. So that's the structure. We are very grateful that we have more than 90 plus five-star Google reviews. We have total 200 plus reviews across all platforms. And we have catered across the entire US, Canada, and now in Middle East. So that's a brief about us.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes, coming to the fees, because I know that that is one of your point. Absolutely, absolutely. And our goal is to ensure that you are getting the financial savings. Because anything what we do, I always put myself in our client's shoes and see if it makes sense. If it does, if I would say yes to that situation, then only we bring it to the market as a business practice. That being said, the entire process will be $1,000 all inclusive from start to finish, where $500 is as we kick off the engagement, as we kick off the process. And then the second $500 you only pay once you get the keys of your new car, once we
Okay,
complete the trade, and once you are happy with our service, and we request a Google review from you. That assures you that we are on our tip of the toes and we are communicating, we are accountable and responsible to deliver a seamless and hassle-free experience for you. And as a part of the process, none of the dealers across the town will ever get to know that we are looking for Mr. Joe till the final hour of that day. That means you will not get inundated or hassled
gotcha.
with multiple calls from those dealers, associate, etc. We know whom to speak with at the dealership. We don't touch the entry-level associates at the dealer. We directly work with the senior manager, directors, finance managers, who actually has the complete overview of what discount and pricing that they can offer, right? And we always get that final pricing in writing because the last thing we trust is dealership verbal numbers,
Sure.
right? So we will never let you go to a dealership without all the checks and balances in place from our end. We'll also share that document, the final quotation for you to review, the final monthly lease numbers for you to check. Once you say, guys, this is good, let's go ahead, then you have two options. Either you can go to the dealership and pick up the car. If you say, hey, I don't want to go to the dealership, I want the car to be delivered at my doorstep, we can also facilitate that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does the financing piece of this work? Does it make sense for me to go to like Chase Bank and get pre-approved for car financing and leasing, or how does all that play in?
Sure. So see, if you are going to go for the financing, then I would say that the Chase, BofA, Wells Fargo, wherever you're banking, would be better. Or you can go ahead and get the pre-approval letter. But as you are looking into lease, I would suggest that we go with the dealership leasing, not because I get any kickbacks or incentives. It's because that dealership has better leasing arbitrage than the
Okay.
banks based on our experience. And we look at the money factor. The money factor has to be 0.003 or less. So we'll cross verify, we'll cross validate each and everything. Once we are getting that, then only we'll proceed with that. Do not worry about your credit score. You will only submit the leasing application once all the pricing is locked in. So that
Okay.
the dealership has a nuance, right? That they will say, yeah, we have to run your credit application, then we'll tell you the price and the offers, etc. It's not true. So you will be only hit with the credit score once at the time of the final purchase. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, what else? I think I mean, I think those are all the questions I have right now. I don't know if I mentioned this, but well, a couple things. First,
Hmm.
um, you're the only company that I've reached out to for this, and I'm really not planning on reaching out to anybody else because I like what you're telling me, and I read the reviews, a lot of them, not all of them. So I'm
Thank you.
comfortable, yeah, when I'm comfortable moving forward with you guys. When I'm ready to do it, I just need to make sure, and I should know by the end of this week, this Friday-ish, whether or not I have some deals that I'm working on real estate wise that they close.
Mhm.
So, and I'm just a guy who, you know, I got to make sure the money's in the bank before I buy. So I'm sure you can understand where that comes from. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at with it. Even though it's still, only $500 or $1,000, it's also buying or leasing the car.
Mm.
Um, so what was I going to ask?
Mm.
Oh, you already answered my question about the whole mileage thing if I'm planning on buying the car, and you answered that already.
Yeah, and there are certain options as well. We can look at swap or lease. We can look at, let's say, if you don't want to keep the car for 3 years, we can do a lease buyback. So we are completely aware of all the different clauses that we have to keep in the leasing document to make sure that you are not locked in. Correct? A lot of time, the dealership will have a very fine print that, okay, if you do a termination of lease, they will charge you with $2,000 penalty. We get all of that removed.
Okay,
So
cool.
we don't let them say yes to anything. We dictate the terms, and it is them that they have to say yes, or they lose the customer forever, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so that will take care of. So we'll give you a complete flexibility. We'll also ensure that we remove the disposition fee, typically that they charge once you return the vehicle, just to add on to their profitability and the margins. We get those removed. So all those nuances which are there, we'll read the entire 10-page legal document once it is generated from the dealership before we even request you to sign on that. And let's say when you walk into the dealership to purchase, one of my team member will be completely available on demand, on text, on calls, and on emails. So that if you have any questions, if you say, hey, you just walk in and say, hey, just deal with this guy. I'm just sitting here. I don't want to even talk to them. My team will take care of it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Does it
anything
make
and every, yeah, we are there for you. Yeah.
Okay, good to know. I'm getting that. I'm feeling that from you. Does it
Yeah.
make sense for me to go back to the dealership that I took the test drive at and take a screenshot of the sticker on the car just to, does it
Not
help to
required.
do? Okay.
You just let us know the dealership where you visited, and we'll be quickly able to fetch the exact vehicle. And we'll also get the information, the sticker price, and we'll initiate the discussion with that dealer to get the leasing price as well. We'll not even disclose that Mr. Joe visited the dealership like today or earlier. So it will be a completely new set of transaction and discussion what we'll have with the same dealership where you visited. So that
Right.
way, they don't think that, okay, now who is dealing with this? So we don't let that confusion
Right.
happens. But we do have certain clients who will come and say, hey, before I got to know, like on Google or on AI models like ChatGPT and Claude these days, but I've already got these three quotations from this three dealership. Can you make sure to verify that the pricing what I've got, it's high or it's low, or can you even negotiate on this exact car because I love that one and I just want to get that one? So we can also entertain and ensure that we work along that way. Because it doesn't
Okay.
matter to us whether you are going to purchase from this dealership or this dealership, but in leasing, we'll keep in mind that the closer the dealership from your place, the better it would be, because all the oil changes, maintenance, tire rotations, all of that is included as a part of the leasing deal as compared to paying in cash. So that kind of nuances, I'll ensure that I percolate and I translate to the team who will initiate working with you. And also this
Okay.
engagement, the $500 as a part of our kickoff engagement comes with 60 days of complete dedication and service. So let's say, so there will be never be a constraint of time from our side, right? You say, hey guys, let's just start. You start doing the market research. by next Friday-ish, I'll know what kind of deals I'm closing. But in the meantime, I just want to know what is the high level pricing or the monthly leasing it's there in the market. We'll be happy to do it. And after that, if you say, no, guys, let's pause it for 2 months and I'll come back to you, that is also completely fine. So we have certain clients who just engage the first part of our service to get the market dynamics and the market pricing. And then once the situation, either from the finance side or from the travel side or from the relocation side, is getting settled in, then they say, okay, now let's begin the negotiation and get the car. So we are completely
Okay.
flexible. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So no, I appreciate that. I still feel more comfortable, making sure that my deals are going to happen before I even engage and get myself excited about,
Yeah, yeah.
the whole car
Sure.
thing.
Take your
Yeah.
time. I'm not a dealer that I'll say the offer is only for today or anything
Right,
like
right,
that.
right. Do it
Yeah,
today or it goes up 20%. Click. Okay, so what do we do next? Do I just reach back out to you once I'm comfortable that
yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Once you're ready, you can reach back out to us. You have my dedicated number to where you can give a call. But I'll just take 5 more minutes of your time and I'll
Okay.
show you some of our client documents so you get a flavor of the level of in-depth research what we do.
Okay.
And of course, with yours, it will be very different because to each their own, right? But I'll show you some of the Arizona clients itself. So it's much easier to relate to. Okay, I'll just share my screen here. Let me know once you're able to see the screen.
Yes.
Yes. So this, yeah. So you can see that this particular lady was looking for a new Toyota RAV4 XLE Premium. And this is the client requirement form, what we'll fill it out once you are ready to get started. And she was very clear that it has to be at MSRP. The zip code is 85048. Need the vehicle as soon as possible. Budget is MSRP. Timeline is 1 week. So we'll also understand the timeline of what you have. And this is
Okay.
the kind of the listings what we did. So you can see that even in pre-owned, she had so many requirements, right? So many must-have features that she was looking for. So in the car, what you're looking at, you can give as many specifications as you want, and we'll be able to find those for you. So this is the level
Okay.
of the detail analysis the team does, right? 360-degree view, contactless phone charging, whether the smart key is there, whether the moonroof is there, whether the ventilated seat is there, whether tinted windows are there, all whether floor mats are there, whether warranty comes. Because she was looking for the pre-owned, so we also started looking at the Carfax link, the dealership name, how many miles are driven, what is the online price, what is the color, what is the window sticker looking like? What is the accident status? With whom we are speaking at? Whether it is available or not? We are awaiting the quotation, etc. Then we create something called value for money. What is the depreciation on MSRP? What is the key features looking like? How does the comparison look at? We also helped them with the trim level comparison. So sometimes client come to us and say, "Hey, I don't know whether I should get the XLE Premium or Limited." So in the option, what you are also reviewing, if you say, hey, this trim level is good, but I'm thinking of like going fully loaded, but does it make sense for me to spend that additional $4,000? Then we'll
Right.
go for the value-based comparison for you and let you know that in addition, like for that additional $4,000, what I would say features we are getting, and does it make sense for us to avail that? Then this is another client of ours who was looking for a luxury SUV Mercedes, right? Or multiple different exterior colors, interior colors. Again, the zip code 85251. So we did all the Porsche Cayenne listings, both the certified ones as well as the new ones. He was not sure whether he should go for the new one or pre-owned one. We did the miles driven versus listed price, all the comparison to really understand where the value for money is coming. So anytime
Mhm.
you're looking for a pre-owned one, we do this level of detailed review. because it's not always about getting the lowest priced pre-owned vehicle, what you see on cars.com or cargurus.com. It is also about factoring in the miles versus the price and where is
Right.
that right fit which we're getting, right? It should not be the most expensive one and the least miles driven, or the least expensive one and the most miles driven. It has to be a right balance. So with this plotting, anything below the red lines are the good fit, and then we go and we eliminate the other ones. Then we choose the top three. Then we do a deeper dive. We evaluate. We go for the Carfax report. We go for dealership inspection report. We go for third party independent inspection, and then collect all that data and then go for the final verdict. So that level of thinking and doing is what we are doing. Let me
Okay.
also show you uh, one of the recent client of ours. Yes. So you can see we do listings from multiple different platforms. You can see how many listings we are doing it. Michael will be a good one for you to see. Michael Roberts. Yeah. So multiple master links is what we are creating. So we do a detailed curation, all that with the date wise as well, right? So every client listings are different based upon the level of research, what is required and how we are doing it. Again, we review all of that. We do the appraisal also. So you can see we get all the online offers from multiple different platforms, and we reach out to multiple different dealerships. And how does that look like? So this, unfortunately, this client is upside down. So he owes
Right.
more than what the value of the vehicle is worth. So with the trade-in and everything, right? So you can see that from a negative equity of $4,000, eventually we are able to bring it down to less than $1,000 in negative equity. So that is kind of the strength what lies with us. So that's why we
Right.
always recommend that allow us to give you a trade in as an option, and always a dealership who is looking to give you a car on lease, right? A dealership gets a lot of incentive when they are also getting a car to the dealership. It doesn't matter whether they are only getting a very, in your case, it's only a $5,000 worth of value. But what they are seeing is the movement of the inventory. So now, when they're getting that as a part of the trade, we can ask them to lower the price of the car what you're looking.
Okay.
So, yeah, even if they don't give, let's say, $5,000 as a cash trade or as a trade in rebate, but let's say here if they give 4,500, so we are losing $500 here, right, as an exchange. But let's say the out the door price or the monthly leasing was, for example, $500 per month. And if they bring it down to $450 per month, now $50 times 36 months, it's a good amount which we are able to save, right? So then
Sure.
we evaluate across both the spectrum and see where it's the best deal.
Makes sense.
I know I confused, I said a lot of things, but yes,
No,
this
there,
is
I mean, in general, I get the
yeah.
concepts, I get the approach. You're very thorough. You're a numbers man, clearly. So that's obviously a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Um, so does it make sense for me then to even put money into cleaning and detailing my Ford Fusion before? I didn't think so. So I'm not going to do that. I did already buy the stupid little armrest for like
Mm.
$80. So clearly I'm going to have that installed, but
Yeah.
um anything else, I'm not going to do anything to it.
Yeah,
So
I would just request you to spend like maybe 10 or $20 to get it cleaned. That's it.
yeah, I
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. Well, cool. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Now, just make sure that these deals happen because, you
Fingers crossed
know,
it will happen for you. Yeah.
yes, fingers crossed and all that. So what about like the what is your approach about either down payment, money out of pocket up front? You see these lease programs where it's like 399 down or 3,999 down. You get 10,000 miles for 39 months for 439 a month. My
Yeah.
goal would be to not have any money out of pocket.
Okay.
So I would imagine it's going to come from somewhere. Does that also sort of factor into um, your quotes? Is Joe, if you put $2,000 down, this is what it's going to look like on a monthly basis. If you put no money down and yada yada yada. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. We can calculate that and share it with you. And I would say that any online offers what you are seeing, that I would say they are very smart because they don't include the taxes, title, registration, Louis fee, etc. into
Yeah.
that monthly lease. So definitely, if that component is what you're not going to pay as a down payment, then it will be get added on to the entire leasing factor, and then based on that it will add on your monthly payments. So let's say
Right.
what you are seeing is $439 per month. Now if let's say you are looking at zero down, then that 439 might go to $500 per month. But if you add little bit more towards the down payment, including the taxes and the fees, then that 439 can even come down to $400 per month. So we'll give you multiple scenarios, and we will
Okay.
also show you that based upon all of this and the down payment what you are putting in, what is the interest component what you are paying.
Okay. Thank you.
I know
That was going to
people.
be my next question.
Correct. People don't like to hear that, but that's the truth, right? If you're borrowing something, there is always an interest associated with it. So
Sure.
then you can see that what is my interest component looking like, and wherever there is a fine balance, you say, yeah, it's like this $600 in interest sounds good. Let me just put this much down so that I can take this capital, invest in my business, or do whatever in your personal and professional life. Then we act accordingly.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yes. Yeah. And just wanted to understand what is your credit score, just ballpark, so that we have a frame of reference.
It's interesting. I
Yeah.
have Chase and I see this Vantage score go up and down. It's going to be like low 700s maybe. Right now the Vantage score says it's 709, but that was
Mhm.
because the time that they pulled the data, I hadn't, and I pay off my credit cards on a monthly basis.
Wonderful. Yes.
I did I did have a bankruptcy that'll be 4 years old in June of this year.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
discharged in June, 4 years. But
Hmm.
before they caught me on the edge of my credit card being paid off, it was like 735.
Noted. Noted. Okay. Okay. So 700 plus is a very good score, and we'll be able to get the maximum leasing incentives as possible for the vehicle acquisition, what you're looking at.
Now that's what it says on my Chase thing. Now when I pulled up Experian and whoever,
Yeah,
it came up it
Equifax
came
and
at
everyone.
it came
Yeah,
up at
yeah.
like 680 and I'm like I'm confused.
Okay, okay, okay. So we don't have to worry on that. Let's just first shortlist the exact option, and
Yeah.
then we'll go from there.
Is the Lexus NX 350H?
Just a second. We'll just build it right away. So I can just give my team a basic. Okay, NX. Are you looking at hybrid or gasoline?
Well, the 350H is the hybrid one.
Yes, NX 350H. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll share my screen here. Just a second.
And at what point I probably would imagine it's better for us to talk about the different models after
Yeah.
I engage because it's 55,000 or 48,000 with this trim or that trim or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is NX 350H right here. Now there are multiple options. So okay. So I think that you're still looking at different trim levels here, or have you finalized one of them?
Yep. Well, like I said, the one I drove was like 60 grand. I don't remember
Ah,
what the
okay.
trim level was.
I think it
Um,
would be the sport one then.
Probably.
Yeah, this is the highest one, and then with about $4,000 of additional packages and option, it would have gone to 60K. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it
yeah.
doesn't have
So
to be that. I want it to be nice, but it doesn't have to be crazy.
yep, yep. And so that is where our I would say technical competency will come into the play, right? And so you can say that, hey, should I go for premium one, and
Right.
then I should not add any access, packages on the top of that, or should I just go for the basic one and then add packages on the top of it, right? But you can see
Yep.
that the difference between the premium and the basic is only $300. So by default, we should go for premium. So then
Right.
we look at, okay, whether we should go for premium or whether we should go for luxury. But you can see the difference between the premium. This is 48, this is 52. That's 4 grand. So now we really have to evaluate in that $4,000 difference, what is the actual value to us
Right.
as a customer we are getting, correct? And is that something which is nice to have, or it is definitely must have? And then based
Right.
on that, we take a call.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Yes. Great.
Uh,
Um, yeah. Thank
yeah,
you, Joe.
that's
Thank you
about it
for,
for now. I appreciate your time and going through all that stuff. Um,
yes,
so if you hear back from me in a week or maybe a few days after that, I'll be like, hey, got the deals done. So just, all good thoughts.
absolutely. Absolutely. Keep us in mind. Wishing you a wonderful weekend ahead. And I'll keep an eye out to hear back from you either on Friday or at least in the beginning of the first week of April moving forward.
Sounds good, Neil. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.